eye-opener, a nation that requires generations to sacrifice their future, is not a strong nation. It is a nation in decline as each successive generation finds fewer reasons to believe in the land to which they were born. American leadership seems too willing to sacrifice this generation and any generations to come. This, I allege, because nothing else explains why they send hundreds of billions of dollars all around the globe for useless wars, while Americans languish in growing poverty, homelessness, increasing food insecurity, and endless debt. When loans for food become just another stream of revenue for corporations like Walmart, your nation is struggling. When a growing number of your college graduates will never pay off their student loans, your nation is in trouble. When more of your citizens are becoming disillusioned with their homeland, your country is in decline. A nation is, after all, a man-made construct. Borders are determined by a consensus upon which a group of people held and hold. And it takes a majority of people who believe in their nation to defend its existence. Without the will of the people, there is no defense of a country, and American leadership has shown Ukrainian and Israeli citizens more love than its own citizens for quite some time. Not only does sending money and weapons to countries like Ukraine and Israel deny the assistance that so many Americans need today, but it dilutes and therefore devalues the money that Americans do have. The hundreds of billions America sent to Ukraine has reduced the value of every dollar in every American's possession. While a devaluation of $1 billion to $500 million may never impact a billionaire's life, a reduction from $1,000 to $500 or $20 to $10 does have a profoundly negative effect on far too many people's lives. Imagine living paycheck to paycheck, then having a medical emergency. Imagine needing your car fixed, or the plumbing needing some kind of repair, or any emergency that costs more than the savings from which so many Americans can withdraw. When the richest citizens of a nation make the $400 that most Americans couldn't put together in an emergency. When the rich make that amount in seconds, your nation doesn't simply have one weak link in the chain. Weak links are the rule, not the exception, and your nation is susceptible to collapse. Now, as for the coming book Evolution, the plan is to continue posting videos about America's and the world's biggest issues, as well as solutions to those issues on Mondays, and to start posting chapters of the book on Fridays. I hope you share both posts with your friends, family members, and acquaintances, so we can address and attack these problems together. If you like the videos here and would like to see more, let your friends and family know about this website of Mike Son's Entertainment on YouTube. There are plenty of blogs, news, and websites reporting and complaining about our leaders and their failures. How many, however, are offering or even pointing to any solutions? The book Solutions. Enough Complaining, Let's Fix America by Chris Osman does, and it can be found on Amazon or at www.mikesonsentertainment.com. To find out other ways you're being screwed by your current leaders, check out the posts on this blog daily. Learn about the biggest and worst issues that America and its people face today. You can also check into this blog daily to hear about those issues that America and its people will face in the near and distant future. If, however, you would like to discover possible solutions to either mitigate the worst impacts of these issues or solutions to avoid them altogether, keep listening. The problems we face are not as complicated as so many leaders and news reports claim. They are man-made and are only claimed as complicated so those who are responsible can maintain control. For example, there is a persistent argument that moving government is like turning a cruise ship around. It is supposedly a long process that can only be achieved incrementally. While this may be true for laws and policies that benefit the majority of Americans, it does not seem to be so for that smallest of American minorities. When one examines the policies and laws that benefit that minority, known as the elite or the rich, the speed at which those laws are passed is exponentially faster. While most of us sit on the deck chairs, waiting for the Titanic to avoid the myriad of icebergs of which we seem to continually run afoul, the elite ride comfortably in speedboats. If, according to the Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal, why do the rich live quite different lives than the rest of us? Where is our speedboat? In 2018, Chris Osman wrote a book highlighting the problems humanity would face if more power, wealth, and control were funneled to a small group of individuals, groups, or organizations. In that book, Mr. Osman provides solutions offered up from himself and others to the inevitable problems we would all face. In it, he also provided a means for the public to analyze, compare, and contrast the words and deeds of those we've chosen to follow against our real-world experiences. To this end, Mr. Osman provides the means for readers to disseminate information as provided by their news sources of choice, their elected officials, and any other authority they choose to follow. The book, titled Solutions, Enough Complaining. Let's Fix America offers a means to hold leaders up, not just to a higher standard than is currently accepted, but to one that will improve lives. Generating generations that hate their own country is not a good plan for that country's future. Click the link below and get your copy of Solutions today.